You know, if I was 10 years younger, 100 pounds lighter, and 2 inches shorter, I'd be Daniel Whittington. Hello, I'm Erik Wait, and I'm a certified sommelier with the Court of Master Sommeliers. I have certifications from the Wine Spirit Educational Trust, from the Wine Scholar Guild, diploma from the Edinburgh Whisky Academy, certifications from Council of Whisky Masters, from the Wizard Academy down in Austin, Texas, on and on and on. But not everybody has the time, money, or even desire to spend that much time and that much money on pursuing all kinds of degrees and certifications. So what I want to do in this video, I want to give you a short history on wine and whiskey education, how it's developed, and what is currently being offered from the Wizard Academy. So there have been changes in whiskey education from the whiskey industry to the whiskey enthusiast. Originally, formal whiskey and wine education was led by the industry for the professionals, serving in whiskey and wine tourism, whiskey and wine hospitality, such as restaurants and bars, whiskey and wine retail, such as liquor stores, as well as whiskey and wine business, including distribution and corporate management. This gave rise to the development of professional organizations for the educating and certifying wine industry professionals, such as the Institute of Masters of Wine, the Guild of Sommeliers, the Court of Master Sommeliers, and the Wine and Spirit Educational Trust. The whiskey industry is now following the same path with professional educational and certifying organizations such as the Council of Whisky Masters, the Whisky Ambassadors, the Edinburgh Whisky Academy, and the Wizard Academy Whisky Marketing School. These wine and whiskey education programs can be very expensive and require years of study. The history of enthusiast wine and whiskey education. One of the first avenues for whiskey and wine education for the enthusiast not seeking a degree certification was through wine and whiskey tourism. Visiting a winery or distillery offered enthusiasts a look behind the scenes of how their favorite wine or whiskey was created. Some have offered basic tours providing an introduction and overview of the wine and whiskey making process. Some wineries and distilleries have gone further in providing the enthusiast special educational opportunities such as master classes in blending, food and wine pairing, and more in-depth tours. But these are aimed towards tourists, which requires the enthusiast to travel to places such as the Napa Valley in California, Bordeaux in France, Louisville, Kentucky for bourbon, or the Highlands of Scotland for whiskey. The first Scotch distillery to provide a visitor center for whiskey enthusiasts was Glenfiddich Distillery in 1969. And today, the Napa Valley is the #1 tourist destination in California, and most of the winery tour guides at least have a level 1 certification from the Court of Master Sommeliers or certifications from the Wine and Spirit Educational Trust. The cost of the whiskey and wine tourism educational opportunities can also be very expensive. While the fee at the winery or distillery may be fairly low, the cost of travel and hotels can generally be very high. Well, we now have Bonafide, the online whiskey education for the whiskey enthusiasts. The Wizard Academy Marketing School now offers the Bonafide online whiskey education for the whiskey enthusiast who may be new to whiskey but wants to dive deeper and go the next step in their whiskey journey. The whiskey enthusiast who doesn't intend to travel to distant lands and spend thousands of dollars to tour distilleries. The whiskey enthusiast who doesn't intend to go into the whiskey industry in production, hospitality, retail, or business. And the whiskey enthusiast who doesn't want or need to spend a lot of money, earn an industry recognized degree, diploma, or credential. The Bonafide online whiskey education for the whiskey enthusiast consists of 20 modules led by Daniel Whittington that are 1 to 8 minute long videos, including an introduction, what is whiskey, how is whiskey made, malting, mashing, fermentation, distillation with the cut, pot still, column still, barrels, blending, an introduction to major countries of whiskey, Scotland, Canada, Japan, America, how to hold a tasting with friends, and an outro. Each module is accompanied by written notes and a quiz followed by a final exam. While challenging, if you complete the program, you will pass with 100%. Upon completion, you will receive by mail a certificate to proudly display and a really cool individually numbered metal Bonafide card. And the Wizard Academy now has a Texas Bonafide Whiskey Enthusiast course as well. So you get this cool little certificate that'll make your mama proud, and this hefty metal card that is sure to set off alarms when you go through the airport. But there's an additional benefit of the Bonafide Whiskey Enthusiast Training Program. The Wizard Academy is a marketing school which essentially is about how to effectively and persuasively communicate to your audience or consumers. Learning to effectively communicate can't be learned by books alone. It needs to be learned by someone who provides an example. While Daniel stresses in the Bonafide training that it is not to be used to annoy your friends and guests, he does provide an excellent example of how to accurately and concisely explain various whiskey topics. So the Bonafide Whiskey Enthusiast training is useful not only to the whiskey enthusiast who wants to go further on their whiskey journey, but also the whiskey enthusiast who wants to effectively communicate and explain the world of whiskey to friends, relatives, colleagues, and business associates. So how long does it take to complete the Bonafide Whiskey Enthusiast Training Program? You can complete the training in one sitting in about an hour, or complete each module whenever you fit it into your busy schedule. You can also repeat a module whenever you need or want to. How much does the Bonafide Whiskey Enthusiast Training cost? Currently, it is only $149.95. If you're interested in taking the Bonafide Whiskey Enthusiast Training Program or giving it to a friend or loved one as a gift, you can do so at the following website. And I'll put a link to that in the description box below and in a pinned comment down below. Alright, that's it for this video. If you subscribe to this channel, I want to thank you very much. If you've not subscribed but you feel like it, go ahead. And if you have any comments or questions about the program or the school, leave them down below and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Alright, until next time, cheers. That's a wrap. Damn, this thing freaking hurts my neck. Jeez. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and check out these other whiskey videos.